Dr. Shiv Chopra, thank you so much for coming to Vancouver all the way from Ottawa. The term that I heard first from you called food sovereignty. And I understand that you're in the process of educating people how important that is. Could you talk about food sovereignty for a minute, please?
Well, food sovereignty is a large word, including food safety, food security. In other words, we have to make sure there's enough food, it is safe. And sovereignty means I, as a person, have the right to eat what I want to eat that nature makes. If I have personal sovereignty, then I want the same sovereignty is provided in the Constitution for my family, for my community, for my city, for my country. That's sovereignty. When outside people come, they take away control of my food production or food supply, then I've lost my personal sovereignty, my family sovereignty, my country's sovereignty. I've lost my country. We are a sovereign country, and we say we are a sovereign country. How are we a sovereign country if we've given away all those rights? That's what I mean by food sovereignty. It's our place, our right, under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedom. That's my freedom. This saying, I don't have the freedom to buy the food or grow the food that I want, or feed my family the food that is healthy. I decide, and I want my government to decide with me that the food that I buy, guaranteed in the law, is what it should be. So safety comes into place.
And the TPP flies directly the opposite direction to food sovereignty.
Every trade agreement goes the opposite direction. TPP is just the latest evil. We have had NAFTA or FTA or other trade agreements. They're all in the same direction. They're all designed to make investment grow bigger. That's the only purpose. So people with these kinds of investments are now moving from country to country, region to region to region, to multiply the investment. And the investors want them to do it, so we're part of the problem. If I keep my money in the stock market, I want them to make money whichever way they do. And then I have to shut up and when they do it the bad way. So I'm caught myself. I'm deliberately losing my sovereignty. Because
if you participate.
If I participate, if I keep my money, spare money, I have to. If I keep my money in the bank and the money charges me for keeping my money in the bank and they invest, I lost my sovereignty. Yes. I lost my freedom. They're charging me for keeping my money in their hands and they're charging me a service fee.
There are solutions. Instead of banks, we can use credit unions that we're members of. You are growing some of your own food. People are going to have. We have been misinformed on many issues, and it's easier to trick people and deceive people than it is to show them they have been deceived. Because people, once they get an idea in their head, they think they understand something. And it's painful to admit that we've been fooled by these trade agreements, that we've been fooled by previous governments, and that we need to do something about it.
Yes. Well, it's a very complex, very big problem. It's not by the previous government, it's not the current government, it's not the future government. They're all part of it because money wasn't created yesterday. Investment wasn't created yesterday. It's just that we've been driving in the direction where we lose control. They have lost control. The banks have lost control. The governments have lost control. Wall Street has lost control. And they bring these damage controls every now and then they come up with trade agreements. But they're all pointless, useless things going nowhere. But you can't eat money. No matter how rich you are, the whole world eats, whether you're rich or poor, the same food. You may eat more glorified in classy restaurants, but food is still food. Very simple, fundamental, basic necessity. That's all you're doing. But we've now driven into that thinking. If I'm getting richer, it's now I should be eating more meat. Or I should be eating not just meat, I should be eating shrimp. I should be going to a classy restaurant. It doesn't satisfy my appetite any more than eating just a little bit of food at home. Right? So we've fallen into that. If I really wanted a drink of beer with friends, I could do that at home, but I go to the pub, I spend 5 times the money.
And the TPP wants us to spend 5 times the money. Thank you so much for the talk today, Dr. Shiv Chopra. I look forward to our next meeting. Thank you. And thank you for watching.